Welcome to the podcast.
Lost is done. Spoiler alert. It finished.
Lost is
It
over.
ended.
But you know what? You know what sucks?
What's
I just heard yesterday
What?
that a friend of mine was at a bar mitzvah with his other friend who works at Subway with this one guy who did a spec script for a guy who wrote Prison Break who went to Comic-Con, and he said that the guy, I think he wrote for Lost. He was cosplaying as Lost. But he said
he had a Dharma.
He made it all up.
No!
I read that on BuzzFeed, and I lost respect
They created
for
it?
the show.
They created that just from the top of their minds? They just made it up?
Use their imagination?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
God
And that's
damn it. How the fuck?
That sucks.
How could you have fooled us?
And some people out there might say that's an unconfirmed report.
No.
It's confirmed. Okay.
confirmed.
It was heard.
100%.
They made it up. He went
That's
to
just
Comic-Con.
So that's why you know what? I saw the Super Bowl last week. I'm more into that now. Real shit.
He wrote
I'm
for
done with
Prison
scripts. Scripts, aka Aka lies.
Yeah.
So I'm not doing that anymore.
Lost would have been better if they improv'd every show.
Yep.
Why didn't they improv everything?
God.
Breaking Bad.
Or everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do what Breaking Bad did, documentary. Just do it.
Yeah,
Turn on the
make
camera
it
and
happen
go.
in real time.
Anyways, welcome to 2015 Lost discussion.
God.
2015.
This
we're
is the
still
number
here.
one video game podcast on the internet.
I remember I used to dread coming to the podcast. 'cause
Yeah, me
I
too.
knew you guys, I knew you guys were going to talk about Lost.
Yeah.
and I wasn't watching it back in the old days, in the old warehouse and the old.
Effed up, man. You're all caught up now, though, right?
Well, yeah, you guys finally got me to
Okay.
finish it. Now that it's ended, it's what a wild ride.
What is what's everybody's new show? We haven't talked about TV in a long time.
Yeah, we rarely do. And
Dude,
you know
I don't
what?
have a show.
I will occasionally still get emails from people that are like,
wait.
I love your podcast. I like it. I listen to it. But I will say that an era gone by was when Lost was on. And he's like, that's the only time you guys were all watching the same show.
That's true.
Yeah.
Ever. For a brief instant, we had The Office. For the second
I was never on
the
that
podcast
tip.
started, the podcast started, it was starting to go bad.
Yeah.
But we were into it, and then that was it. But Lost went on for a few years, and I get emails all the time that are like, "Oh, you don't have that anymore."
We don't.
So what show is anyone watching now?
I do have a new show.
Really?
It starts up again tonight. Actually, I haven't been watching anything.
Really?
But
Yeah.
The Walking Dead starts again. So
Oh, there you go.
I'm on that train. Still.
I was
I don't watch it.
really into, and you were too, Boardwalk Empire.
Yeah.
But that's over.
Yeah, that's over.
so
That's the last kind of thing I was watching along with Walking Dead. I just always watched that, but yeah, I don't have anything else. Nothing.
Nothing since Breaking Bad for me.
My shows are Game of Thrones when that starts again, Silicon Valley when that starts again.
Yeah, I like Silicon
House
Valley.
of Cards when that starts again.
But yeah, I'll watch Silicon Valley and House of Cards.
I
House
feel
of
like
Cards.
there's and I still, you know what? It's still good. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Like that. This season has just started. It's like season 8. It's still so funny.
Really?
Yeah.
They've been doing well.
Yeah.
You we're all watching different shows, it seems.
Yeah.
I'm watching Game of Thrones with you, but you're
Yeah.
watching Walking Dead. I've only seen like 2 episodes of Walking Dead ever. I don't know what you're watching right now, but we should issue
Nothing,
a
that's
challenge
it.
to one another. Have you seen Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I've seen some episodes of it.
You should dive into that, and we'll start watching Walking
I don't
Dead.
have the time. I don't have the time for Game of Thrones.
Well, so much for my proposition.
It was a good idea in theory, Derek.
yeah. Sorry to shoot you down, but if I want to start something,
trying to spice up the podcast a
I'd
little
really
bit.
like to. If I had
There's no
some
time.
free time, I'd really like to get into you guys talk up Sopranos so much.
Yes.
That's my next
Oh,
show.
you
Yes,
should watch
I'm
it.
rewatching it now, and this is maybe the 3rd time I've rewatched it, maybe 4th. I don't know. 3 seems low, but 4 seems high.
Next year
but-
will be the decade anniversary of that show ending.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeez.
And did it end in 6 or 7? Actually,
I thought it was
I'm not sure.
2006.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe I'm wrong.
But no, I was gonna say I'm enjoying it more than I ever have. I feel like I absorb it more each time. I don't know, and I loved it the first time I watched it, but
Yeah.
man, that's such a well-written show. I know everyone's already said all this shit about that show, but it really can't be said enough. It still stands on its own. And there's things, there's some shows that have a really painfully dated thing in it, and it's like, you dated your show.
Yeah.
But that show really went out of its way to, okay, this is what's
At this
going on
point
with the
in
mob
time.
shit in 99, in whatever. They always make sure it's at that time.
99. Hey, I feel like 99 might be your favorite era of entertainment. That's when the Matrix takes place.
Yeah.
That's when Sopranos takes
Well,
place.
well, wait, hold on.
Quit it now.
The Matrix you thought was taking place in 99, when in reality it was closer to 2199. Anyway, but yeah, I agree. Around that time period.
It hasn't happened yet.
You just
In the
became
first
so much
episode of
cooler in
Sopranos,
my,
don't
in
they
my mind.
steal a Laserdisc player?
Oh yeah.
That's so funny.
But to their credit, okay, so they did that in the pilot. Pilot was shot in 97.
Okay.
And it was shopped around. A lot of people don't know this. It was paid for by Fox. Fox put up the money for the pilot.
That's
yeah,
weird.
make it for us. Okay, great. And then Fox watched it and were like, these are all older guys in like midlife crisis. This is not sexy. So they threw it away. And so they were like, HBO was like, do you care if we buy it off you and we'll do some stuff to it? Okay. And they did, and it was the biggest show.
Whoa.
I did not know the rating. I mean, I know that like the ratings on
Chase
like Game of
knows.
Thrones are really big, but I wasn't aware of the Sopranos ratings when it was on. I didn't know anything about that. It was getting like 18 million an episode for a premium cable. I mean, that's network TV.
You know what's
numbers.
funny is that I bet Game of Thrones would have maybe the same or better.
Oh,
but
yeah.
so many people pirate that show now because
Yeah.
you couldn't do that back then.
Yeah, couldn't.
And
yeah.
now piracy is like that. It takes a second to.
Oh, Game of Thrones
do
is
that.
definitely at least that. But yeah, I bet
Interesting,
even further when you factor that in.
You should check out Sex in the City because it's the same era.
Oh
yeah,
my god!
90s.
Fits right in.
Rocco.
It's like New York City, 1999.
Samantha's kind of
check that out.
Yeah.
more of a Samantha.
You probably fall in love with all four of them girls.
of the four of us, 5 with Kevin here.
Yeah.
He's like Mr. Big.
Kevin
Yeah,
is Mr.
definitely.
Big. That's
Kevin is
true.
Mr. Big.
You'll get that reference.
You could tell.
after you
Yeah,
watch
once I
it.
start
I
watching
get the
it.
reference.
But
I get
you're,
it now.
I think, a definite main girl, Samantha. Boom.
Yeah, I just want to fuck.
Carrie's the
Batman.
main girl, dumbass.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh.
This guy's like Carrie. I'm Samantha.
Okay,
Derek
that's
is Samantha.
the
That's
slut.
I mean,
Sean
we
is
all know she
Charlotte.
is.
I'm definitely Charlotte.
Sean's
Charlotte.
definitely Charlotte.
And that makes Garrett Miranda.
Yeah,
That's right.
I'm the older one.
I'm okay. He's so high maintenance.
Yeah.
He's
Right?
so high maintenance.
I definitely want to get fucked by a black man. Doesn't she
All right.
say that in the show?
No.
Hey,
No.
Eric?
I feel like that's just a
Hey
Freudian
Royce,
slip.
can you go ahead? Hey Royce, if you can go ahead and
that.
ISO that for
Yeah,
us,
we can
I'd
I thought that
appreciate
was a
it.
quote from
Thank
the
you
show.
very much.
I really thought that
I'm
was
pretty
a
sure
quote
that's
from the show.
already been ISO.
You know, when you quote shows, you really want to make sure. Just
Does it say that?
I've
It
never
might
heard
be,
that.
but
I've-
you want to know 100% without.
I don't actually watch the show. I don't know.
I watched it
I
one
thought
time.
Samantha was the
I watched it
main.
one time, and I thought she said that. Oh, come on. Stop. I thought that was a quote from the show. I'm really not kidding.
Hey, I
thought it
think
was.
Royce
Yeah,
said,
nice
should
cover,
ISO
buddy.
that,
I'm
and
sweating
then
from that.
he should give that sound bite to Garrett to use in the
Yes.
play page.
Yeah, I
I
think.
agree.
Well, I'll get it. I'll pull it out.
Okay.
myself.
All right, cool.
I actually have. It's funny you mentioned that. Because I play a lot of sound effects on the Boilerplate stream.
Yeah.
And I've been pulling out. I've had a few of you, Derek. I like. There's the classic.
Oh, really?
Oh, can I come?
You
Yeah.
don't have the rights to use those.
Use those all the time. But I don't have any of you two guys, so I've been actually pulling some samples out of recent podcasts to start dropping in.
Hell
Well, there
yeah.
you go. You got one.
Well, now I have another one. Yeah, I got a couple lined up.
Nah, we don't need to use that.
It's gonna be great.
Might forget to pay my internet bill next month.
He
Anyway,
does not have the rights to use.
I
any
will
of
not
these
be
quotes.
censored.
He does not have the
I'll not be
rights.
censored.
well, hey, speaking of off on that great note, thanks to our sponsors.